nothing else. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all want a ring. Yeah, we all want to be free.
Every time I hear the king part of this little intro, I'm really excited when I have the real king on with me. And today we got everything king in the building. What's going on, king?
Hey, what's going on, Mike, man? This training camp is time to go. It's go time, man. Let's have some fun.
Absolutely have some fun. Now, look, Anthony's supposed to be on. He may fell asleep because he hasn't come on. But if he does, we'll get him on. So I a little bit lied saying that he was going to come on. I don't 100% know what's going on there. So we'll just go with the flow. King, training camp is here, man. Finally.
Finally. I miss football so much, especially for our team. It's been a long, long wait. At least we get some dose of football with this training camp situation.
And we got just a little bit. You know, that lull between the draft and now, it sucks. Absolutely is the worst, man. I appreciate everybody coming in the building. We got Man Bear, sweet name, Kneecap Biting with Smoking Jay. What's up? Joseph Osteen. We got Alan Dana up in this mug. Mark Malik. I appreciate everybody getting. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We're going to be talking about training camp. We're going to be talking about some observations. 2 days of training camp, King. What is the biggest takeaway so far in the 2 days of training camp?
My biggest takeaway so far is the energy, man. The energy with this team, especially when you listen to some of the interviews from the players and Dan Campbell himself. You know, the energy is pretty high around the team right now. That's what you want to hear, especially with this coaching staff. We know that they get the best out of these players. So, you know, to have the rookies come into a situation that's not toxic, that's, you know, you got a bunch of guys that's unhappy on the team and, you know, those type of situations that we dealt with in the past. It's very important that you get an opportunity to come into a team where everything's on the up and up so far, and everyone's looking forward to get started.
Again, we got the great King here. He's my hero in this YouTube game. Everything King is one of the reasons why I started YouTube. I'm not gonna lie. So he's one of the inspirations. He's one of the goats of this game. So make sure you subscribe to his channel. And he just dropped a video. I was watching it right before he came on. I will finish it after the podcast. I'm 5 minutes and 28 seconds in the game. He knows everything Detroit Lions and Pistons, so he kills it. What'd you think about finding out that Joshua Pascal had hernia surgery?
You know what? I'm not surprised. You know, they did their best to try to keep the situation suppressed. I'm not surprised. You know, I just hope, you know, that the Lions, you know, take their time with getting him back. No need to try to rush the young fella. You know, let him heal up. Let him, you know, take his time and get back out there. We do have a couple of question marks on this team. Obviously, we're going to have to face a situation with some of the guys on our defensive line, like Okudah, in the future. So, you know, right now I'm more focused on seeing what we can get out of some of those guys. But Pascal, he'll have his opportunity. There's no need to rush things.
Yeah, definitely don't need to rush things with these young guys. They're the building blocks of this football team. The last thing we want to do is screw up the building blocks, and we'll be in a cluster in a world of suck. One of the biggest question marks this offseason is Jeffrey Okudah. We were just touching on it before we went live. So far, so good. It's been 2 days, but it's practice. This is not game. He's looked good.
Yeah.
What do you want to see out of this young man?
Man, I want him to stay healthy, Mike. I want him to stay healthy, man. You know, like I said, man, 10 games played, you know what I'm saying? Just haven't seen enough. Right now, he's still a question mark on this team. Obviously, got to be healthy, got to be available before we can even truly measure the young man. I'm liking what I'm hearing so far out of camp, though. Like I said, injury like that earlier in your career is a little bit more fortunate. At least it's not something that's, in the latter parts of his career. It's a little bit harder to recover in that situation. But him being young puts him in a little bit better situation dealing with that type of situation. So, like I said, I just need to see him on the field. Training camp is one thing, preseason is another, but on the field play is where we want him to succeed.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter if you do great in training camp. It's all about being on the field. And right now, Monty Warrior is a number 1 corner, but there's a battle right now for number 2. You got Will Harris in there and Jeffrey Okudah switching it out. What do you want to say? I already tell you, I want to see Jeffrey Okudah. The corner.
It's no question. You know what I'm saying? I've been known to be the guy, one of the guys to say, hey, why is Will Harris still on this team? But them moving them to corner, for the little limited time that we had an opportunity to see it last season, he did pretty well. I would prefer him do that than to play safety. I'm glad to hear that, Ifeatu Melifonwu is playing safety full time now. So, that switch was necessary. I have no issues with it whatsoever.
Yeah, the secondary, it's big too. I mean, if Ifeatu Melifonwu was not no small guy, so you got him, you got Elliott, you have Kirby Joseph. Much better than last year. I mean, last year you had Will Harris, and there you go. That's pretty, like Tracy Walker, obviously, but man, it was rough watching that. So far in training camp regarding the running backs, and I think this is interesting, is Deandre Swift is looking like a beast mode out of the backfield. He's making people miss. He's looks physically much improved than he was the last couple of years. Do you think sky's the limit for this guy? If he stays healthy, do you think this could be a game changer right here?
He's my selection on the offensive end as a breakout player for the Lions. I have so many high expectations for Deandre Swift. Just watching him in the time that we did last season, seeing him take over football games single-handedly, it seemed. I was super excited, man. Like I said, I don't want to sound redundant, but it's the same situation. Got to stay healthy. I even read a few reports around the league from some analysts that said that, hey, Deandre Swift healthy is probably a top 5 to top 10 running back in this league. And I truly agree with that. He just has to be available. And I think that's something that we all know. So, man, I just all positive energy towards Deandre Swift, man. I hope he can really stay healthy and give us that big year that we expect.
I expect to get those likes up. We got 53 in the building. Let's get those likes up to at least 30, man. The more likes we get, the more chance that this stream gets pushed out there. We're trying to change a narrative here in Detroit. Generally, it's all about big media. We're small media here. We're trying to give you a more comprehensive fan view as well as a different aspect instead of just negative commentary. So smash that like button. Let's get those bad boys up to 30. Swift, I'm really excited for what he's going to bring to the Detroit Lions. This is what you want to see. You want him to see making these plays, just him doing the drills, making coaches go in awe. That brings a different dimension to this offense. Offensive line stacked. We got stacked wide receivers. We got good tight ends. It's just that running back position, that dynamic player that we haven't had since Javid Best. One of the guys that really changes it up. And if Swift can stay on the field and bring that to Detroit, sky's the limit for this offense, King. Sky is the limit.
Yeah, I also heard about Boyle being injured and helped off the field. That sucks a lot because, like I said, I want an opportunity to see him too, especially, preseason is a big time for him. So I don't know the magnitude of the injury, but hopefully, it's nothing that's too serious.
Yeah, I seen that as well. Hopefully it's nothing serious. I'm sure we'll get an update tomorrow. Let the people know on that. And I guess that's good for Jamar Jefferson and Godwin Igwebuike, who's trying to make this roster. And Godwin Igwebuike dropped the football again today. So he's continuing his good old drops and fumbles that he does. So I think it's making it hard. It's making it real hard. One interesting aspect that was coming out is Craig Reynolds has been sitting there at number 3. He's really good out of the backfield. They're praising him. And he's for sure looks like he's making this roster as our number 3 running back. I love Reynolds. I love Netflix, Hulu. Are you happy with what you're hearing right now, man?
Absolutely. Reynolds has been that guy ever since, the first opportunity we got to see him in his first preseason. I just love the guy. You know what I'm saying? He runs so hard, man. And, like I said, it just going out there and going for it at running back. I mean, they call this guy out the couch. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I'm definitely happy to hear that. Reynolds is definitely one of my guys under the radar.
Man, I love Reynolds, man. That everything about this guy is awesome, and he's just an all-around great running back. He's not, spectacular at one thing. He's just good at everything, and that's absolutely good to have on a depth chart for the Detroit Lions. Is a hell of a running back that can do it all. Aidan Hutchinson, he did well in OTAs, did well in minicamp, but he got the best of Penei Sewell today. I love hearing this. This is exactly what you want to hear. I don't know why the Jacksonville Jaguars decided to pass on him, but thank God they did. What do you think about this?
Finally, the good fortune has failed towards us.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hutchinson is, like I said, I obviously got an opportunity to watch him up close covering the Michigan games. You know, it just backs up what we've heard earlier with him being ahead of schedule, with him being better than advertised. So that it speaks to that what we heard already. And like I said, it's so many things to be excited for with this team. But Hutchinson, obviously, him and Jeff Okudah are the biggest stories out of training camp and out of the preseason in general. We want to see those guys out there on the field. But Hutchinson is with the first unit.
Yeah.
And, the Lions are not going to hold his hand. They're not going to give him that rookie treatment. And the fact that he doesn't need that is also exciting. So, yeah, man, happy for Hutch.
Really excited that we got Raw Detroit in the building, one of the best YouTubers in the game, prospects, played at a high level in college. Make sure you subscribe to my buddy Raw Detroit, TA over there. He kills it. He's dropped some really good videos. His last one was a banger, and make sure you go check him out. But how about what we're hearing about the connection between DJ Chark and Jared Goff? The connection continues. Very good. He is the guy that is going to stretch the field for the Detroit Lions till Jameson gets in there. I love seeing these two connect. I love it because we need that. We need that deep threat. We didn't have it last year.
Well, absolutely, man. Chark, Pro Bowler in the past, averaged 20-plus yards at one point before he got injured. 6'4", 4.4 speed. If he can stay healthy, this is the third time I've said this, Mike. If he can stay healthy, man, just creates a whole nother dynamic to this offense. You got Chark, you got you have Chark, you have Williams when he comes back with the speed, the top end speed, getting vertical. But most important, one of the things that he mentioned is that you don't want to just be a vertical guy. He wants to play more horizontal. He wants to do more things. Jacksonville didn't really do a lot of things with him over there, but, pretty much vertical play. So he wants to do it. The Lions so far have been mixing things up in training camp with him. So he's excited about that. I'm excited about that. I just want to see how far his talent can expand.
Oh, 100%, man. Like maybe he's better than we even give him credit for. I really like the signing, and his was just health. Could he stay healthy? And so far, so good. And you're noticing a lot of players are happy to be here. That's something that we're seeing in training camp. That doesn't happen that much, especially during training camp. You got defensive linemen wanting to run up the hill that the good old Pat Matricia put up there. You got head coach doing some up downs. I love this. I love what's going on in training camp, King. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, the energy is electric around this team right now. The togetherness of this team right now. Obviously, you've seen how together they were last season, especially in some of the biggest matchups we had. Those guys went out there and fought for each other. And, when you have a team with a bunch of pretty much, let's say, second, third string guys out there getting an opportunity, and they're giving you that. Well, you bring in stars, you bring in some big time rookies. That's a great situation to be in for the Detroit Lions because you already established a culture That is something that we don't get too often here in Detroit. We've seen it a few times, but to have that culture and to continue to establish it, man, it's big time. So I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it.
I tell you what, King knows about this too. He's been doing YouTube for a really long time, and us Lions fans, everyone out there, we know that the culture needs to change. It's something that you got to have in the locker room. You gotta be able to have that mentality of enjoying life. Pat Patricia was terrible. He destroyed any foundation that there was there, micromanaging, just being a complete a-hole. And like you seen yesterday during the press conference, Dan Campbell got interrupted by the new beat writer's phone going off. He laughed at it, pointed it out. You know, if that was Pat Patricia, he would have said, "Get out of here, sit up straight." You know, completely different atmosphere.
Who are you to interrupt with your phone? I'm Matt Patricia. I'm a Super Bowl champ. I like pasta. Yeah, you know. And shout out to Corey Woods. Shout out to Corey Woods, man, from Woodward Sports. You're on Dan Campbell's good side. Dan Campbell says he likes you, so that's a big time thing.
Yeah, huge shout out to him, man. That's absolutely awesome. I think it'd be difficult to be on his bad side. He doesn't just seem like a guy. It'd be hard to really piss him off. I think it would be. I know he just doesn't seem like that. He's a laid back big guy like you. You're a big. If you don't know, folks, Everything King is a huge man. He's big. He's tall, man. He makes. I'm like, oh my god, but he's the nicest guy in the world.
No, but Dan Campbell, man, like I said, just to see him get out there on the field doing up downs, you know, with the players, him and Aaron Glenn, and a good amount of them. It wasn't for sure. For sure, he was out there and he was really getting in. So, but yeah, he's a big dude, man. You know, you think I'm a big guy. Dan Campbell's huge, man. It's a huge man. Obviously, playing tight end in this league, you got to be a huge man. But yeah, he's fit. He's the dude. I love Dan Campbell, man.
Yeah, he's definitely is the dude. That's exactly what he is, 100%. I love his personality, everything he brings to the Detroit Lions. Malcolm Rodriguez, seen in the comment section, a lot of fans thought this guy was going to come in. He's the number one linebacker, green dot, right off rip, going to the Hall of Fame. And we're seeing right now in practice, like we've been talking about on here, Everything King and myself, that it's going to take a while. He's practicing third and fourth strings. I didn't really know there's a fourth string out there, but he is.
Yeah. He's going to have to earn it. You know, he's definitely going to have to earn it. He's going to have to earn it. He's going to have to learn. He's undersized, so he's going to obviously have to outthink, people. So, like I said, with him, I read one report with him standing next to Jared Davis. He looked more like he was 5'9". So, yeah, definitely undersized, man, but a pretty smart player. I expect him to continue to work and to get better, man, and try to crack his way onto this roster eventually.
Yeah, he's going to start off in special teams. That's what he's going to be doing. It's going to take a while for him. Let's talk about the linebackers here. Alex Anzalone's a clear number one. And then it's a drop-off because right now in training camp, it's just mixing it up. Chris Board, Derek Barnes, Terrace McGriff, the Hamburglar in there. What are we doing at this position, King?
I have no clue, Mike. We have 173 linebackers on this roster right now. I have no idea. They were even, like I said, they were even mixing things up with Julian Aquara, man. So I don't know where we're going. I honestly don't. We still, that's one of the holes that we still need to fill. I think next draft, that's something that we definitely need to fix. Is to bring a guy in, man, that's going to be a absolute stud at linebacker. We got to. Right now we have a bunch of guys that's fighting and jockeying for just a spot. So, yeah, linebacker continues to be a question mark for me. I have no clue what we're doing.
I have absolutely no idea what we're doing. It's a scary process right now, but we all knew this coming into training camp that was the position that there's a lot of question marks, not a whole lot of answers on regarding, who's going to be starting. And so this battle's going to go down for a while. This could be going down to preseason 3 all the way down there. Who is going to step up and be that linebacker for the Detroit Lions? Not a question mark, not a lot of question marks regarding the offensive line starting, but we're seeing Stenberg play right guard, and we're seeing Tommy Kramer play left guard, and obviously Evan Brown. Do you think that's what it's going to be? Those are the guys who's going to be the backups there. I think it is.
I think it is. I think it's pretty much set. Obviously, glad to see Stenberg, get in with that second unit. When we drafted Stenberg, I really liked Stenberg because he's such a nasty player, man. But yeah, I think it's pretty much set at offensive line. Making those guys versatile is the biggest thing for the Detroit Lions right now. Them having Jonah play center for some snaps definitely speaks to that situation. Jonah played a little bit of center in his collegiate level. So, just having that versatility is very important. Obviously, we've seen what happened last season, but I think we're pretty much set with what we're doing at offensive line.
Let's get to the elephant in the room. That's Jared Goff. So far in training camp, he's looked poised, much improved from last year at this point. He's taken command. He's doing everything he can. He's still, there's some bad throws here and there, but he's way more comfortable at this point, has more weapons around him. Do you like what you're hearing so far when it comes to Jared Goff?
I wiped Jared Goff's slate clean from his Rams history. He's a Detroit Lion now. Obviously I can sit here and say, hey, I heard this all before with the Rams. But as a Detroit Lion, new staff, new team, new breath of fresh air for him. I want nothing but the best for Jared Goff because he's the commanding quarterback of my team. Mm-hmm. So I hope for the success this season for Jared Goff. You have the pieces, you have the long ball threats, the short ball threats, the running back, the tight ends. You have everything you need to be successful. This year should be a statement year for Jared Goff. It really should. It should be a year where Jared Goff says, hey, I can go out here and win some games that we weren't expected to win because we have enough talent on that offensive side of the ball. So like I said, we got to go out and beat teams that we're supposed to beat. And I want Jared Goff to be at the front of that ship. I want him to be at the front of that ship. I don't want none of the same things of, they carried him. And I don't want none of those old things, those old skeletons to come up. I want Jared Goff to go out there and demand that respect on the football field.
Demand and command and control that bad boy. And I think he is. I think he's got that. I think he's got all that going for him right here. I wiped last year's season for him clean because this was unfair with the weapons that he didn't have. Absolutely garbage weapons. The offensive line was tore up a little bit. This year, it's his year. He's got to show it on the field. I wish him nothing but the best. I want to win football games, and for us to win, it's got to be Jared Goff. He's got to have a good year. That's it. Period.
Yeah, the whole ship rides on Jared Goff.
The whole ship.
Like I said, he goes down, everything it burns in flames. We don't have anything at backup quarterback. He has to be healthy. And he has to go out there and he has to play.
It's night and day between Jared Goff and number 2. It's Jared Goff, and then it's anyone you pick off a street. It is absolutely terrible. And, right now, Tim Boyle's looking all right, and, in training camp with the pads are not on, but we know as soon as that pressure gets there, it's going to be thrown there. Another player that's really stood out in a great way, and I love it. I really like this guy, and I want him to make this team in a big way. It's Quintez Cephus. He has been balling out with big play after big play. Did you see that catch he did yesterday?
Yeah, and it was on my guy. It was on my guy, Monty, man. But Quintez is, like I said, when we drafted that guy, I was so happy about it, man, because his ability to run routes and get open is one of the biggest things. He's not the super speedy guy. He's the guy that's going to outrun you in this route running. He's going to find a way to get open. He's going to make some plays. He's going to make some catches, man. The hands are glue, and I love that about Quintez. So to see him doing well in camp is super exciting.
He can just catch anything that comes his way. The most difficult throw. This guy is Spider-Man hands. I don't know if he got bit by a radioactive spider and he has the ability to just hold on to everything, but I love it. I love Quintez Cephus. I want him to make this team because we have speed on this team. A lot of our wide receivers are fast. Jamison Williams, Chark, Khalif Raymond, Amon-Ra, sneaky. We need to get, just like you were saying, doesn't have to be the speed guy, but the possession guy, the guy that makes the big play, and he catches on big plays. That's what he does. He's a contested catch guy. And he reminds me of Anquan Bolden when he was in with the Detroit Lions. Not the fastest guy in the world, but this guy just does it. He just gets open. He finds the hole, gets the catch, makes the big play. There you go. And he's doing it so far.
Absolutely, man. Like I said, just another part of that poison plant, man, that we got on the offensive end. So, like I said, him, Chark, Swift, of course, Hawk. I mean, come on, dude. I gotta say, I'm a Ross St. Brown. We got a lot of weapons, man. A lot of weapons. So Jared Goff should have a lot of fun out there.
100%. He needs to have fun out there. But it's time for you guys to have fun. And that's the mailbag segment. If you got questions and you want to talk to King, do #King. If you got questions for myself, you can put in there ball guy, whatever you want. #LNU, #Lions. It's time for you guys to go ahead and answer questions. If we miss it, it's because I'm old. It has nothing to do with anything else. Let's get it. I got a question for you while nothing comes in. I asked this to Adam Baydoun just a little bit ago. If Taylor Decker gets injured, or if he starts to have issues with the false starts and all that stuff, after this season, would you move Penei Sewell to the left side and maybe trade Decker?
Depends on how bad the situation is. I mean, I think that's where you may have to go. Like I said, I don't know. I think if anything, it'll be an injury situation. Yeah, you probably might have to in that situation. I don't know. I really don't, man. So Sewell is playing so well on the right side, but I mean, let's just be honest. The left side he probably play even better because that's his natural spot. So. It is what it is. If it's a situation where he can't stay healthy, or he's just out there just bombing, then yeah, I think you probably go ahead and make that move.
That's interesting. Yeah, I think it's a big year for him too, because we need to have an offensive line that's stable. We can't have this getting out and stuff. When you guys go into Lions training camp, I will be there all week long next week. Myself and Chrissy will be there. King gonna be there. I'll be hanging with him probably the whole time. So,
yeah, I'll definitely be there. At least 2 camps, I'll be there. Like I said, schedule is tough right now, so I'm gonna try my best to get there more than 2.
We got kneecap biting with Smoking Jeremy B. He says, would they bring in Eric Barrier, EWU quarterback that played in the USFL? I'll bring in anybody right now at this point for a backup position. I don't care if it was Rory. He could put on a helmet.
I'll bring in Scott Mitchell. Scott Mitchell can play.
Right now, man, that'd be hilarious. He's a big guy, too. That would be hilarious. When you guys going to – why did I do that? I just said that again, man. I hate when I do that. Are we plus or minus in points this year? I would take the plus on it. I think we'll get more in the turnovers and stuff like that. So and better scoring. I'd do that. King, who do you think will have a better season, the Pistons or the Leos?
I'm gonna say the Lions right now. Lions have an easier schedule. Pistons are very, very young. Like I said, a bunch of 20 and 21-year-olds right now. So I'm going to go with the Lions. Obviously, they play way more games than the Lions, but I expect the Lions to have a better season right now at this current point.
I hope so. I'm a Lions fan, dang it. And look, it's hard for me to watch basketball. I got to get into it. I know I do, man. King, he got pushed me into doing it. Cephus, I think that he's saying, reminds me of Hines Ward, Hanquan Bolden, Odell, Jackson, Julio, and Harrison. Or you talk about all our wide receivers combined. I don't know. Those are some big ones right there.
Some big
Those
names.
Some big names, man. I have a red Jeep. It's not done all the way, but I still drive it around. I have a red Jeep Wrangler. I love it. Would you take Kenny Galladay back for the right price? No. Not taking him back. What do you think, King?
No, we don't have Matthew Stafford no more to make him look good, so no.
Matthew Stafford made him look. He goes over there, Daniel Jones, man, and then he has the injuries issue. That was the problem. He's always injured here. At least the last year he was here, and then he goes there. It's the same thing. Same thing, man. King Mike, did anyone see the two people that showed up to Washington's camp? I don't know. No, I didn't see it.
What did we miss?
I'm going to have to go ahead and search it on YouTube after that. I have no idea. King, you want to read this comment?
Craven Moorhead. Oh, God.
Which player are you most excited to see on Hard Knocks? I'm really excited. Yeah, man.
It's got to be Williams, man. I mean, life of the party.
He's the life of the party, man. That guy is freaking. He is a character and a half, man. He is like if you were to take a football player and make him a Looney Tune, that exactly it would be right then and there. Will Jeff Okudah have a breakout year?
Jeff Okudah actually is my bold prediction for this year. Every year you got to give a bold prediction, and mine is that Jeff Okudah will stay healthy and be productive.
I really hope so. I think he has the talent to do it. It's all about health. And so far, so good. If he is a breakout player, I will be so happy. That means we did not blow the 3rd overall pick in a draft. I want this guy to break out. I want this guy to be a stud. Because if he does become a stud, him and Amani that'd be pretty damn good 1-2.
Yeah, and it's something that we just, in this city, we just haven't had enough of. We never had those two studs on each side. We always had at least one stud and then some guys that can fill in. But to have two studs would be amazing.
Definitely would be amazing. Would you bring Jake Ruddock out of retirement? Yes. I'll bring Abraham Lincoln out of the grave to be our second-string quarterback. Right now, it's hurting, man. It's hurting. Remember the days when we had any quarterback behind there, Jeff Garcia?
Man, listen. Right now, I'll take Johnny Manziel at number 2 right now over those dudes that we got.
Johnny 8-Ball. I take that.
Take Johnny Manziel.
Johnny 8-Ball, man. Get the party starter right there. I'd take him too over him. Do you think the St. Brown's game like Titus Young's game? Oh, St. Brown's game is like Titus Young's game. Oh, I think Titus Young, we didn't really get to see a whole lot. He's got some hella hands. But, man,
Titus
he's a little
Young,
bit psycho.
He was much faster.
Yeah.
Much faster. But St. Brown is, like I said, he's not as fast as Titus, man, but, running them routes and catching that football, I can get with you on that.
Yeah. And he was a little feisty, too, definitely.
Yeah,
Ask Louis Delmas' head, so he'll tell you all about it.
Yeah.
Will Penei Sewell make the Pro Bowl and All-Pro first team this year? I think he should. I think he should do it. What do you think, King?
Yeah, I absolutely think he should. I got huge expectations for him this season. So just that O-line in general, I expect that O-line to be no less than in the top 10 this year.
Yeah, I expect that as well. Mike, why are you wearing King's crown behind you? Because I'm a young punk, man. Look, me and King, we look exactly the same. You cannot tell us apart. And I'm just trying to fit in with my doppelganger right here. Everything King. Everything Mike. That's what we can call him. How many games will the Bears lose since a fan is in here? How many Bears games will they lose? I don't think they're going to be that good. And I know that's not being an a-hole. I just don't think they're going to be that good this year.
3 wins.
Possibly.
3 wins is where I got 'em.
Possibly. I mean, their offensive line is awful. Their number one offensive lineman is Riley Reif. Our former lineman, who's 33 years old, is not what he used to be. Said, oh my God. So I'll go with you with 3 wins. Hashtag does Bend Over make the 53-man roster over Tim Boyle?
Just had to. We couldn't get it. We couldn't get out of here without it.
I would take Bend Over over Tim Boyle. Bend Over. What I hear is he's good at catching. So,
man.
When is the last time the Lions had a good backup? Sean Hill. He was a good backup.
Sean Hill. Yeah, absolutely. Sean
Hill. I
Hill.
definitely liked him. Would you take Minshew if available? Hell yeah, I'd take Minshew. He would be.
What? What type of question is that? Yeah.
That Minshew would be a much upgrade there. Much of an upgrade. With our safety room improved, do you think that we will give guys like Okudah and Will Harris more confidence to play more aggressive and not worry about getting hung out and dry over the top? I love this question, and I agree with it 100%. I feel like that's what was the issue with Tracy Walker. He was the one man out there. He was by himself. He had no talent around him. So when you don't have a safety that is a safety that can't do anything, it's terrible, and I think it's going to help out the secondary this year and be more aggressive, King.
Yeah, and also for Will Harris, like I said, hopefully it's more success at corner for him because he had an opportunity, and now he knows what to expect as far as the safeties behind him. So him playing that safety, it should help him. So like I said, I totally agree.
D. Smitty, which wide receiver do you think gets traded once Jameson Williams is activated? I don't think anyone's going to trade. This is my prediction. He's going to be on the PUP list. He won't come out until the bye week. Trinity Benson makes the team. When he comes back, Trinity Benson's on the practice squad. That's kind of what I think is going to happen. What do you think?
Yep. Yeah, I think the same thing. Like I said, I know y'all don't want to hear that, but hopefully I'm wrong. But I totally agree with that what you just said.
Peter goes in ya. Who would you not want to fight on the roster right now? Who would I not want to fight? Penei Sewell, probably wouldn't want to fight this guy. When we want to fight Aaron Donald, you got a mean streak to you. I wouldn't want to take him on.
I probably wouldn't want to fight. I wouldn't want to fight Rodriguez, even though he's short. He's strong, man. He is strong. He's very strong, man. Like I said, he tied the record in bench reps. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I want to do that.
I tell you what, there's a lot of short guys that can fight. Mike Tyson's not the tallest guy in the world, but I tell you what, man, he's got a hell of a punch. And no joke.
Yeah.
Should the Lions draft a quarterback next year? I'm going to say, yeah, we got to draft a quarterback next year, King.
Hopefully it's something, like I said, hopefully we got something available because next year is already deemed the year of the quarterback. So teams are going to be snatching quarterbacks. So, hopefully we can get something solid out of that draft, but I think we have to.
100%. And look, even if we're great, you still got to get a backup quarterback. You got to get a guy to groom. We all know Tim Boyle and David Blough is not the long-term answer here. This ain't even a joke. And if we're going to be a team that's mid-round and there's a quarterback that is there that they feel that they can groom, why wouldn't you do it? I think quarterback is a need. I think linebacker's a need. We got some needs there, and we need to address those needs. Greetings from Planet of Detroit. Man, I got to go to that planet. I got to tell you what. Who will have interceptions, Will Harris or Okudah? Will have more interceptions?
Yeah,
I'll go Okudah. Yeah, Okudah. Okudah Matata. Yeah. Got to be, man. Got to be the third overall picks. Got to do it.
Hefe.
Get it done. Chances Gabriel Ibuke makes the roster. You mean Godwin Igwebuike? I don't have him making the roster.
Igwebuike, no.
No, he'll fumble the chance to make the roster. And it's already showing right now. He's dropping passes. You can't do that, man. There's a lot of quality running backs on this team, and he's battling out with Jamar Jefferson right now, and we don't know what Bell's going on with his injury. But if he keeps fumbling, it's got to go to Jamar Jefferson. You can't give it to a guy who can't hold on to the football. How is an undrafted free agent offensive tackle Okudah Eze looking while he make the cut? He's actually starting as left tackle in the second string there, King.
Unit. Yeah, absolutely. Mentioned that earlier. Second string. Like I said, I mean, there's your answer almost. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what happens with the rest of camp. But yeah, I call him easy just to make it easy.
Speak easy, baby.
Right.
I think if he's practicing with the seconds at left tackle, I think he makes the team. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think he makes the team. And that's one of the guys I think we all talked about when we picked him up as an undrafted free agent, that he would make the team. Outside of the red zone, how much 12 personnel do you think we run? What do you think, King? It's hard to tell.
It's really hard to tell at this point right now. We don't know what this thing is going to look like so far. Like I said, they have so many options right now on what they want to do. It's too early to tell.
It's too early, and I was reading what Pride Detroit was saying, and they were saying that they can't even talk about some of the offensive formations that they're doing. So until we get our eyes on it, until we're actually at training camp seeing stuff that they're actually not going to show a whole lot anyways. But don't know, man. It's a new scheme, I don't know what the hell they're doing, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, like I said, you got a lot of new guys you plugged into that thing, so. Like I said, we're going to have to wait on that, man.
Who has more interceptions, Goff or Okudah? Goff's going to have more interceptions. That's.
Don't say that. No, he won't. No,
you don't.
Okudah.
Oh, man. I would love for Okudah.
No picks and no fumbles from Goff, okay?
Oh, man. Yeah, we don't want it, but you know what, though? I'm going to be honest about Jared Goff. He doesn't throw a lot of interceptions. He's better with interceptions than Matthew Stafford was. It's the fumbles you got to more worry about with him.
You can't. That's an empty statement because Matthew Stafford takes risks and Jared Goff
doesn't
throws the ball down the field.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, we got to worry about his fumbles, though. But like you said, I think we'll see if they take more risks this year. Obviously, but he didn't take a whole lot last year. And I don't know if that was really his fault, though, because there's nothing there besides Amon-Ra St. Brown. Cephus going down, that killed it. That was the end of that. Does Funchess make the team, or is he washed? I say he's washed. He doesn't make the team.
Me, I got to see it. I need to go and, go to a few practices, man, and see what's happening. I don't know. I'll say I don't know yet.
Aaron Burden, he's not practice squad. Craig Reynolds is our number 3 running back right now. So he's practicing with the threes. He's doing phenomenal in the last 2 days of training camp. He's made the team. He's not a practice squatter guy. He's already made the team.
Right.
So you don't have to worry about that.
Happy about it.
How much impact will Aidan have on the rest of the defensive line? Seems like he will command double teams, which should open more chances for Lee McNeil, specifically back end to make plays. I think it makes a big impact to have an impact player. We did not have an impact player last year upon the defensive line. So when you don't have that, when you don't have offenses scheming around that player, it's easy for an offensive line to dominate. This time, they're going to have to. And he's already showing that he is a playmaker in camp. So, yes, it's going to open up opportunities for the rest of the defensive line. Levi Onwuzurike, Romeo when he gets in there. And guess what? Charles Harris, he's not shabby. So they may double Harris and give Aidan an opportunity to make a play, King.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Totally agree. Like I said, and obviously this is a big year for Romeo, so I expect him to come out with his nose down. Like I said, I think he should be able to get freed up enough to go out there and make some plays.
Who has more fumbles, Goff or Aidan Hutchinson? Oh, man.
You got to stop this, Patty.
Gotta stop. You're killing me, Patty. You're killing us, man. You're killing us.
Listen, like I said, I endorse Jared Goff this season. And I know y'all probably looking at me like, yeah, right, I'm dead serious. I want success
100%
for my team. So he's a quarterback. I'm not even going to put that out there in the universe. He's not going to have all of the fumbles that we've been accustomed to seeing him have over the years.
I think it'd be less if the offensive line stays healthy. Because it'd give him an opportunity. You have a dominant offensive line, you can stand back there. It will be less, less pressure and all that type of stuff. So hopefully it is less. But we need to get more likes. Right now we got 145 in the building. Let's get to 75 likes, 75. So that means if you've not smashed the like button, go ahead and do so. That pushes this thing out there. Will Pascal's sports hernia injury put him on the PUP to start the season? I would assume so, but Adam Baydoun said he'll be ready for week 1. So
maybe
not.
Yeah, maybe not. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Yeah, I know a friend that's had a sports hernia surgery, and it's something that reoccurred throughout his entire life. So hopefully hopefully it's not the case for him, because, man, we need him to be on the field for sure.
Yeah.
New helmet, blue, black, or white. What do you want to see, man? We're going to get some new colors next year. What do you want to see?
I would say, if they're not going to do nothing with the uniforms, I would say white, man. I like those white unis. Those all-white unis were out cold to me. They're not going to give us the black unis. The Pistons gave the fans the teal jerseys back. But we're not going to get the black unis. So if we got the white ones, man, white helmet.
I like the all white. That's what Cincinnati Bengals did. They with their white stripes over there. That looked kind of interesting. A lot of good uniform changes, except for the Chicago Bears one. I didn't like that one that they did there, but a lot of good ones other than that. I'd love, something different. Change everything. I want to see something just completely different. White would be cool with a blue, or the black and blue like this. I like this look there too. I think that's sick. Yep, just like he's got there. Like I said, he's my doppelganger. You cannot tell us. You don't know which one is Mike, and you don't know which one is King. So that's what's a good thing about this.
Yeah.
How much of an impact do you think T.J. Hockenson have this year? Hopefully a big impact. Go ahead, King.
It's not about his impact. It's about how much are they going to use him this year. I think he's a little bit more freed up with the talent that we have now. Obviously, we were a wasteland at receiver besides Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think, a lot of that attention goes away where it frees him up to go out and make plays. So we'll see how much the Lions, implement Hockenson into this offense this season.
Aaron Burden, any free agents available that you wanted but we didn't get? Yes, a boy named Sue. I would love to have him here in Detroit, man. He's one of my favorite players all time. Love Ndamukong Suh, and any quarterback that was available in free agency that fits me, man.
Just quarterback, quarterback, man. Somebody give me something.
Just some quarterback, please. God help us. Who has more touchdowns, Williams or Brown? I'll go to Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think he's going to have more touchdowns because Williams he's not going to play probably the first quarter of the year.
Yeah, like I said, definitely Amon-Ra St. Brown. Already established, never going to go with the rookie in this situation.
Yeah, 100%. And Amon-Ra is a beast. I know we got all these additions in Chark and Williams, and we're excited and I love it, but Amon-Ra St. Brown, for whatever reason, is probably not as talked about as much as he should be. He's just an absolute monster. Nearly got 1,000 yards in the last quarter and a half of the season.
Beast. Absolute beast.
How worried are you about the field goal kickers? Not at all. I think Patterson did fine last year for the Lions. That's who I got kicking. We always, except for Nate Freeze, we've always had pretty good kicking there. And in all honesty, we go for it on fourth down quite a bit. I'm not too worried about it, in all honesty. Yeah. It's not that big of a deal to me.
I'm at a stage now where I don't even want it to be in that situation where we've been over the years where, we win and lose games by our field goal kicker. We just going to go out there and kick some ass this year. I mean, whoever kicks the ball, fine, but we're going to go out there and score touchdowns. I want touchdowns.
Bill Belichick has a great question here, and it says, can you guys please take back Matt Patricia? No.
No.
No,
Absolutely not. They closed all the restaurants. We don't have any pasta and meatballs left for them. So no.
I don't like sitting upright, and he'd be upset if I was to ask him a question. Not hell no, I'll never take that guy back.
You can keep Wario. We don't want Wario anymore. Okay.
We don't want this guy over here, Wario.
We don't want Wario.
I never heard that one. I like that one. That one's funny, man. He is Wario right there. God dang, where's Waluigi or whatever he is with him? They got Bob Quinn as Waluigi.
That's Bob Quinn, Ouija.
Will Dan Campbell stop going for fourth downs in the first quarter in the red zone and take the 3 points this year? I think they will do a lot less. I still think he's aggressive. I think he's an absolutely aggressive guy. I think last year he understood that talent on this roster was cheeks, and for him to stay in any game, you have to attempt to go for it. I think it's a little bit different this year, so yeah, I think they don't go for it as much. Still aggressive, though. Still aggressive.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You know, we got some pieces. You know what I'm saying? So if he wants to stay aggressive, I'm fine with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if the situation is right, I'm fine. As long as we're not losing a bunch of games because of those decisions, then, you know, of course, that's a problem. But, yeah, I don't think, you know, winning and losing games should come down to that situation in the first place. I want the Lions to be head and shoulders above teams and take care of business.
Hashtag FGB. Thank you for that hashtag, by the way. I got 2 cheeks for Karen Rodgers to kiss. Love it. Speaking of which, where do you think he may end up if and when he leaves the Green Bay Packers? I think he retires.
Yeah, I was about to say probably in Vegas, man, somewhere but gambling. I don't know, man. Probably a movie career since he came to camp looking like Nicolas Cage from Con Air.
Yeah, I seen that. I laughed.
Like this dude is something else, man. I don't know. So yeah, probably retire.
Yeah, probably retire. That's it. All he wants, he whines, gets his money, and they whines, and he says something else. But he'd probably retire. Who has more sacks, Hutchinson or Houston? Hutchinson will have more sacks.
Probably have more opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely have way more opportunity there. Lions Nation Night. Best guess Lions record at Thanksgiving game. I don't even know exactly how many games are up until then. I'll just tell you my overall record. I have them between 7 and 8 wins.
Okay. I got them between 8 and 10 at the best situation. Not saying they're going to win 10, but in the best situation, I say 10.
I hope so, man. I really do, because that's a playoff berth. That's a wild card spot.
Yeah.
If we were to go to the playoffs this year, I would throw my hat off to Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, Jared Goff for making such a turnaround so quick. I mean, that would be an amazing job. What they got from Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia, what those two did to this football team to turn around that quick, that would be a massive, massive victory. Yeah. I mean, they are you kidding me, Chris Mason? Oh my God, I seen that comment in there. Do you think Barnes can turn it up this year, or they might cut him next year? I don't think they cut him next year.
No, they're not going to do that. Yeah, I think he got an opportunity. Like I said, based off of what I've seen and, you know, basically what I've heard so far, I think it should be fine.
Who would you rather have back, Patricia or Jelani Tavai? I'll take COVID over that.
I would rather have Tease Tabor than either one of those two.
Tease Tabor, I would too, man. At least I'll take
Tease Tabor would never crack the roster.
I'll take Eric Ebron over them too.
And linebacker is kind of iffy right now. I don't even want Tavai to even think about it, so I don't want him nowhere near my team.
Yeah, Jelani Tavai wouldn't make the linebacking room here. That's how bad he is. That's really bad. Who has the most sacks? It wasn't exactly what he was saying. He misspelled there. Aidan Hutchinson, I have the most sacks this year.
I'm going Romeo.
Romeo, wear out the Romeo. I like it.
Yeah,
I hope so. That'd be nice. And Harris, too, he's up in there.
He knows this grind time is a significant year for him, so I think he's going to go out there and try to do something.
Yeah, if you're in Aquara, you know it right now. You got that last name right now. Time's a-coming, man. Time is a-coming. And that's exactly what needs to happen as these guys step up. I have a window of wins of 7 to 10. We have 8 winnable games on the schedule. I hope so. I really hope that they can get to that 10 wins. That would be amazing. Destroy my expectations. Get this team to the playoffs, and I'll do a backflip. I'll be so happy. It's been a while. We've sucked for a while, and I'd like to not suck, King.
Side note, I seen a question on Twitter earlier, and I want to know, what do you think? Do you think the Rams repeat?
No.
Okay. So who you got edging them out?
I tell you what, for the NFC, I could see where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers can get in there. They just got Julio Jones. They're always going to be in contention there. They got their new head coach now, Todd Bowles. I can see a chance because they almost beat the Rams last year. I mean, they almost did it. So I could see them doing it and Tom Brady get to the Super Bowl. Who do you got?
I just think it's going to be tough for the Buccaneers to maintain healthiness. I still think they're going to have some issues. So if anybody, definitely Tampa Bay. But if not Tampa Bay, it's going to be tough for anybody to play them again in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I tell you what, though, if you're an AFC team, that's probably the biggest question. Who the hell is going to represent that side? They're stacked. Seems like every team over there, the AFC West, it's like they're all Super Bowl contenders there. So that's a big question.
I mean, we sit here and we complain about the darn NFC North, man. Just imagine that I would pull my hair out in that conference over there, man.
It let all playoff teams. And like that would be horrible. Every single team is good. At least we got the Chicago Bears, and the Vikings. I mean, they're good. I think they're good, but the AFC West is just on a different level. It's just absolutely disgusting good. Folks, we've been on for about an hour, and it's time to not be on. King, what do you got to say, folks? We'll close this thing out.
Oh, man. Just want to say for anybody watching that if you haven't downloaded the app, I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you haven't downloaded the app, download the Lions Nation Unite app, man, so you can go in there and catch all the great content from all the content creators. And also, I just want to give flowers where flowers are due, man. Shout out to Micro Mike, man, because he's coming on here giving you guys content consistently. This is the offseason. This is the dead zone of football right now, and guys like him, Dion, Rad, all of these content creators, they're giving you guys content, man. So out of appreciation, make sure you guys subscribe to their own personal channels, and make sure you guys subscribe here over at Lions Nation Unite, and they're going to give you the best of the best when it comes to Detroit Lions news and updates.
I appreciate that, man. And that coming from the King, that's where you kneel down and you feel like you just got knighted. So I feel like I appreciate it, man. Hey, we're going to be at training camp, so make sure you find us. You'll easily spot everything King. He's the easiest person to spot on the planet. There's people, everyone's standing there, then it's like this, a big lump guy, and then everybody else. He's huge! So with that said, hey, we'll see y'all later. Adios.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for